All right. Hello, hello, hello. I came just a few minutes ago and uh, it had a flyer up there. I had to figure out how to get that off. I do have engineers that help me with these types of things. I am not technically savvy, but I'm on my own tonight. Hello, everyone. Hello, all of my BFFs. If you're watching or if you're on, please say hi to me. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know how you're feeling right now. I know everybody's got a lot of feelings going on. We're not going to talk politics, of course, but definitely chime in. Let me know you're watching. Give StreamYard. I am on live through Facebook StreamYard, and so give StreamYard permission to show me your comments, and so we will chat, and I'm going to look and see if you guys just say hello. If somebody that's watching can say hello, and I can see if I can see your chats and comments. So again, hello BFFs, and it says Tanya shared your post. Thank you, Tanya. Tanya, if you don't mind, just type something in and say hello. I just want to make sure that I can see my conversations in the chat. For those who do not know who I am Dr. Conti Terrell, and I am super duper excited to be back with you. It has been some time. I'll catch you up on that in just a minute. Good to have everyone back. If you have been looking for the ABCs of self-success on Sundays, I do apologize that it has been away for about 3 weeks. Good to see all of my BFFs. It's my family, friends, and followers. And so for those who do not know what the ABCs of self-success is, it is skills that I teach on Sunday that help you master success by mastering self. A lot of times we miss success by not being able to do things that we should be able to do to fix and help and control and master ourselves. So I'm looking here to see if I can see any of the comments. Don't see any yet, but I got it pulled up. So feel free to chat. Tell me who you are. Tell me where you're watching from. Again, I am the founder and president and CEO of the nonprofit organization Fresh Spirit Wellness for Women, where we have helped families, women, individuals with toxic relationships, helping them to know what a healthy relationship is, and helping those to escape domestic violence or intimate partner violence. And if you're watching, and if you're an African American female, that is a dangerous place right now, because the African American female fatality rate due to domestic violence is three times higher. Put 3 times in the comment. 3 times higher than any other race or ethnicity. So that's pretty high. Pretty high. So again, so let me say I was on vacation. Took a quick trip to Vegas. I just needed a getaway. And Lord, I think I need another getaway, because of course, you know, this last week has been something. So I think I need another getaway. But and so I came back. So we missed that Sunday. And then I came back. And so many of you who follow me, and if you was watching on Facebook and Instagram, I talked about the fact that I got bit by a pus, P-U-S-S caterpillar, which is the most venomous, dangerous caterpillar in America, which I had no idea that caterpillars bit or stung, because actually they consider it a sting. Next, I'm going. Okay, good. You're going to Vegas next when? I see Highlandra. I see next, but next week, next month, or next you're going with me. And if that's the case, yes. And so I that week I got back, I was not at all feeling being on, because I was still really affected by this post caterpillar. I mean, my entire arm was swollen and bruised and big and red, and it hurt like the dickens. That's an old saying. But when I tell you, I can't even describe the pain. So that was 1 week off from the ABCs of self-success. And then last week we were all ready to get started and was having some technical difficulties. So I am super glad to be back. For those who missed the ABCs of self-success, we are on I today, and that is self-improvement. But you can go back to my Facebook page or my Instagram page and catch any of the other ABCs. I always say, if you can master A, B, and C of the ABCs, and it goes all the way to Z, you really have, yes, I'm joining you, sis. Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. You can really master a lot in your life with just the A through C, and that's self-awareness. You know, nobody should know you better than you know yourself. And so many times we don't know who we are. We don't know what we like. We don't know what we dislike. We don't know what our strengths are, you know, and so many of my clients, like, they want a man, and I say, well, where's your grocery list? And they're looking at me like, what are you talking about, Dr. Conti? Where is your grocery list? You shouldn't go to the grocery store without a grocery list, because we know what happens when we go to the grocery store without a grocery list, right? We come back. I know I do, and I'm pretty sure you can attest to this as well. We come back with all types of stuff, and then we look in the cabinet and say, oh, shoot, I forgot the salt. And that might have been the main thing you were going for. So the same thing when it comes to looking for a great person in your life, a partner, a great job, a great church, whatever it is, you have to have some self-awareness. You have to know what it is that you want, and you make a list of those things because, you know, and God forbid you go to the grocery store and you're hungry and you're thirsty. You come out with all kinds of stuff. So that's the same thing when you're trying to find a partner, a new job, a new church, a new career, any of those things. You have to have a list. But how can you decide what it is that you want in somebody else if you are not aware of who you are and you don't have self-knowledge? So that's the A of the ABCs, is self-awareness and self-acknowledgement of who you are. B is self-belief. We have to believe in ourselves. We have to believe in ourselves. We have to believe we can do it. We have to believe, you know, that you deserve just as much as everybody else. And you have to believe that no matter how hard it gets, you're going to make it. You have to believe in yourself. That's a whole big part of my Queen Up Contiology Mastering Your Mindset series. And when I talk about Queen Up, you guys, you know, I always have my Contiology Queen Up cups and my hats. That's what Queen Up is about, is knowing and believing you're a queen and acting like a queen and going after the things that a queen deserves. So the B of the ABCs is self-belief and building that belief up so that you can break that glass ceiling. You know, of course, we know that Kamala broke the glass ceiling by becoming the first African American and Indian descent, Asian descent vice president, female vice president, all of that. But I know she had to have a lot of self-belief to do that. You have to have self-belief. If you want to get to some places that, you know, you see other people are, you got to believe in yourself. You can't depend on nothing but believing in who you are. And then the C is self-control. I won't go through all of them. I just always say that first A through C is extremely important. So the C is having self-control, having self-management, managing your thoughts, managing your limited beliefs, those things that tell you you can't do things, managing your behavior, managing your emotions, managing your responses. You have to have self-control. And then we talked about self-determination, self-evaluation, self-forgiveness, self-gratification, self-healing. And today we're going to talk about self-improvement. Self-improvement. And as I said, if you missed any of the others, you can go back through on my Facebook page. And so one of the things that I got from people, because I ask you all to constantly give me feedback. You know, I asked my BFFs, family, friends, and followers to give me feedback. And so one of the feedback, or several of you gave feedback that this is really great. You really love it, but you want more. And so I was trying to keep them quick and short and to the point. I want them 30 minutes, because people don't have a whole lot of time. I know if you like me, you don't have a whole lot of time to sit and watch and a whole hour on Facebook. I don't. And so I try to keep them, or Instagram, or YouTube for that matter, because they're usually on all of those. So I try to keep it sweet, but I will give more meat because I know, you want to get more. That's what I'm hearing from you. And so thank you. Continue, please, to give me feedback so that I will be able to do that for you. All right, so we're going to talk about self-improvement. And so everybody can do and use some self-improvement. So this is how you master success. This is how you become all the things that you want to be, all the things that you see others doing, and you say, gosh, I wish I had that, or I wish I could do that. You can. So self-improvement doesn't have to be some mind-blowing changing of your lifestyle. So many people think that when you talk about self-improvement, that you gotta just come do some major things. Little bit at a time is great. It actually can be very, very simple steps to improve upon where you are now and help you become better. And I'm going to talk about that. First of all, be willing to work hard. Be willing to work hard. It says here, and I wrote this down, and I'm an author of 5 books, so I got several things that I get information from you all. That's what Kantiology means. When I talk about the Kantiology, it comes from the studies that Dr. Conti has done, the knowledge that Dr. Conti has gained, the wisdom that Dr. Conti has gained through life, through studying, through school, through education, all of that. And then it comes from biblical principles of what the word says. I'm a woman of faith. I believe everything I've gotten, everywhere I am, all the things that I do is as a result of strong faith. So it comes from biblical messages and principles. And also it comes from psychology and the psychological way that we respond and act to things. So, hard work. It takes hard work. You see people doing things and it may look easy, because I've had people to say, oh, I want to start a nonprofit organization. And if you ask me, I'll tell you don't. Not because I don't think you should, or because I think, it's because it's a lot of work, and people think it's easy, or they may want to do a domestic violence agency. We need as many domestic violence agencies as we can get, but I don't sugarcoat things, and I help people to understand that, okay, but these are the sacrifices. This is what's going to have to happen. And are you willing to do that? Are you willing to put in the work? Anything in life, of course, is worth working for. If anything you want to do is worth going after, but you have to really work for it. So if you want to make an immediate impact on your life and you're willing to take the actions, then, go for it. But know that you have to, whatever your dreams are, whatever your visions are, whatever your desires are, whatever it is that you think you want, be willing to put in the work. That's a part of self-improvement. Also, make sure that you have friends who you can talk to. So self-improvement, a lot of times, we all need to have somebody that we can vent to. Of course, counseling is great, but just someone that you can that can share the load that's important to you, someone that you can be honest with about your self-improvement, because it gives you an accountability partner. And then also somebody that you can communicate with that's going to give you feedback. and say, you know what, Landra, that was a good idea, but I think that had you done, and then we have to be receptive to that. So have somebody that you can go and talk to, and make sure that you have a good support network around you, especially those times and those people's opinions whom you really respect. So this is all a part of self-improvement, because you need to have people that are going to say, not just yes people, but people who support you, people who you trust, people who love you, and people who are going to tell you about you when you aren't your best you. How about that? People who are not afraid to say, look, this, I love you, but okay. So this is a part of self-improvement. You want to be willing to work hard. You want to make sure you have a good network and support system of people who will respectfully tell you if you're doing something great, if you're doing something that they think could change, but they have your interest at heart, not somebody who has, who are trying to be, vindictive and manipulative and don't want you to succeed. So they're not going to give you the correct information. So be sure you have the right people around you. And then adapt your circumstances, adapt to your circumstances rather than overthinking them. And so let me tell you what I mean by that. Sometimes we can, get to a part where we hit a hard period in our lives, and perhaps you may have lost a job, or you've lost a partner, or, we already know, I could just say, or perhaps 2020, because like I said, so much could have happened right now during this time in 2020. So instead of overanalyzing the situation, and, learn to adapt to your circumstances and accept them as they are, and work on the things that you can change, and not worry about the things that you can't change. It's not about making the circumstances into some kind of big drama, or it's not about minimizing the circumstances either, but be able to adapt to your circumstances. So self-improvement is, okay, let me give you an example. I have a contract, and every year during this time of the year, it gets really difficult. And so the first year, oh my God, it was amazing. I was all over the place. It was a huge, it was big, and I made it even bigger. And so the next year I realized, okay, well, that didn't help. This is just how it is. This is the nature of the beast. This is what happens during this contract, during this time of the year. So now let me just adapt to that. So self-improvement was me adapting to it. By next year, I said, I'm going to be prepared for this in a better way. And I'm not going to let it overtake me and blow up all over the place, and, be all stressed out about it, and, going crazy, because it was certain things that you just absolutely cannot control. So adapt to a part of self-improvement is improving you. Remember, we talked about the ABCs, and the C is self-control, and a part of it is controlling you during the time that things aren't so great. So the S, we're talking about S. If you're just joining me, I'm doing the ABCs of self-success. Welcome. Tell me hello. Good to see everybody. I've been away for about 3 weeks, and so trying to get back on track. And so we are on the ABCs of self-success, but we are on self-improvement, the I of the ABCs, self-improvement. And so also ensure that you use your time wisely. So people who are successful don't waste a lot of time on things that don't matter. So, be very conscious of your time. Your time is your money. Your time is what helps you to, become and get and have all the things that you need. It's also your time. If you, let me tell you, and then you need time to rest. So you have to master your time. Self-improvement is ensuring that you use your time wisely. Time is of the essence, people. So let's say, in other words, one of the things that you want to make sure that you do is that you don't allow unimportant things to take up a vast amount of your time. So how can you use your time wisely? One of the things that you can do is to make sure that you're currently spending your days in working days and working time in areas that is getting you where you want to be. Working on, I usually do for my clients, we do a tunnel vision. Excuse me. I just got through speaking to students at Rice. So my voice is about to go. So anyway, I do a tunnel vision with them. And so I have them to list, and this is stuff people pay for, so when whenever you see me on, you might need to have a journal or a notepad, because I'm going to give you some things that's definitely going to bless your life. And so I have them. And then also, if you need more time with me to do things such as this, personally, individually, you can definitely go to drcontespeaks.com. You can see it on the ticker at the bottom, and sign up for some time with me. Right now, I'm doing I do consultations for just $1 a minute. Your own personal situation, may need, some different exercises. But anyway, so in the tunnel vision, I have them to write down 5 things in 5 different areas that you want to change in your life. I'm going to give another good exercise today, so hang in to the end. Tell me hello. Hi, Jocelyn. Hello. Glad you're back. Thank you. Yes, glad to be back. Glad to be back. So I have them to write down 5 things that they want to accomplish. People always ask, how do you accomplish so much? How do you have a nonprofit organization? How do you have 2 or 3 for-profit organizations? How do you do so much? You're speaking, you're here, you're writing books, you're publishing books. How do you do it? I use my time wisely, but I've had to learn to do that, and it still doesn't come easy. But I have my clients to list 5 things in their on their tunnel vision that they want to accomplish spiritually. Something spiritually, you may want to be closer to God. You may want to, to have a better devotion time. You may want to, I don't know, whatever it is. So you list those. You may want to look better physically, lose some weight. I don't know. You may want to go back to school. You may want to start a business. You may want to become a better parent. I don't know what those 5 things are for you. And then I said at the top, give yourself the year or 2 years, or how much time do you want to work through this tunnel vision? These are your visions that you're going to work through. And then my allergies are bad. And then I tell people to, after you list your 5 things, list 3 action plans, 3 things that are action plans that can help you get those things accomplished. And so here, when we're talking about self-improvement and we're talking about using your time wisely, I say if you got 5 things and you got 3 action plans for all 5 things, that's 15 things you would have listed that you can do to help you accomplish those desires and those dreams. And if you're working on those things, at least doing 1 or 2 daily, you don't have time to waste time. You don't have time to waste time. So look at what is causing me. Are you talking on the phone too much? You can start trimming those things down. Are you on Facebook too much? What are you doing that's wasting time? Identify that, and then make sure that you start using your time more wisely. All right. Also, I told you I want to give you a little more meat. That's what you guys said. So I want to make sure I give you and share. Please share the video. Share the video and invite friends. Invite friends. Share the video. Invite friends. And so also, always be consistent. Now, I always say good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good is better and your better is best. And my good is not even nowhere near best when it comes to this. And when it comes to this, when I say being consistent, I'm very consistent in some things. But I have been trying to improve being consistent with doing this. So we always can improve in some area. All of us, even me. I have said, I used to, every first Saturday of the month, I did these calls. This was way before Zoom and way before, live streaming. For years, I would do these lessons and I would do these calls, and I had hundreds of people on these calls from all over the world. And I was consistent. Every first Saturday, everybody knew they can get on this call. So that's where I'm trying to get to now on my YouTube and on my streaming. So that's why I'm doing this and why I'm doing your stream. But you have to be consistent. And again, this is not a waste of time, because I have a couple of things that this is a part of the goal, but I got to be consistent. So we all can improve. So always be consistent. People want to see consistency. So a wonderful way to self-improvement is to make changes on how you do things, is to stay consistent. Okay. For example, with your friends, are you always unreliable? Now that's not me. I'm going to always, if I tell you my word is my bond. So I try to do things what I say, but that might be you. For me, what's inconsistent is this. So as you're talking to me, think about, for you, what's inconsistent. Are you inconsistent with prayer time? Are you inconsistent with when you say you're going to meet up with friends? Are you inconsistent? I mean, what are you inconsistent with? Do you start something and you never finish it? Like an exercise plan or a meal plan, do better plan. I don't like to say diet, but a do better plan. What are you consistent? So when you make a commitment, stick to it. It will improve your life immensely, unmeasurably. I mean, it's really, really immeasurably improve your life when we are consistent. So that is a portion of having good self-improvement. That's an area where you could possibly improve on with self-improvement, is being consistent. And then the next thing is to go and find your happy place. You can improve your self-improvement by finding your happy place. You need to be happy. You need to have joy. You need to have peace. What brings you peace? Because let me tell you, the world will snatch your peace, snatch your joy. Whether it's all the stuff that's been going on this week, or whether it's your own personal stress and strifers, or whether it's, we could just say 2020. We know that. We could just say 2020, and that encompasses a lot of stuff. So whether it's, COVID, or whether it's you not having a job, or whether it's you not a family member being sick, or losing a loved one. One of my best friends lost her father this weekend. They buried him on yesterday. I was actually in San Antonio Friday, visiting with her and her family. Hi, Tish. Hi, Karen Miles. And so, so things in life will just really kind of mess you up, but you have to find your happy place. And what that means is, where do you go and have, your time, whether it's, by the water. I love water. Whether it's by the water, or whether it's, having some private time to meditate, or whether it's, I don't know, but you have to find that. Whether it's working out. Some people really get their happy place working out. Some people get their happy place walking. Some people get their happy place going. I love staycations. I love vacations, but I can go to a hotel right here in the city, a nice 4 or 5 star hotel, and stay for the weekend. Let me tell you how and why this is self-improvement. Because this is a part of self-care. So this, finding your happy place and your peace and your space where you can literally rejuvenate. When I come back from a staycation or a vacation, I am boom, 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 boom. I'm on it. I'm back up at the par. My vision is going. My ideas are going. My, everything is flowing. My mojo, as they say, is flowing, because now I've had some downtime that we all need. And, that's a part of also, making sure you have your time, managing your time. So find your happy place. This is all a part of self-improvement. We are doing the ABCs of self-success. I'm giving you some tips on how to have some self-improvement. Make sure you learn to embrace all of your emotions. In life, you're going to go through, and right now we've gone through quite a bit of emotions. 2020, that's all I can say again. So, make sure that you find a way to deal with difficult challenges, and sometimes it brings you times of fear and times of anger and times of stress. We have to make sure that we embrace our emotions. So self-improvement could be a part. Now, let me tell you, out of all of these, I'm giving you plenty. Surely you can hear one of these examples or skills or tips or techniques that I'm giving that you could use to start doing some self-improvement. So we all need self-improvement, but it could be just learning how to embrace emotions. It's important to embrace all of your emotions that come up in your life. Embrace them wholeheartedly and understand why they are there. Why they are there. And then you can learn to let go. Okay? Try not to dismiss or resist them, because we all know that what you resist will persist. A lot of people don't want to come to counseling, they tell me, because they don't want to work through it, but it doesn't go away. So I always say the truth is the truth, whether you believe it or not. The longer you decide to not believe it or want to stay in denial, the longer you're going to stay in pain and not be able to heal. So we know that to resist means to persist, that it's going to persist and get worse. Hi, Sunshine. Hi, Pamela. Good to see everybody. Share. Also, so that's a part of self-improvement. Also, always be prepared to step out of your comfort zone. Always be prepared to step out of your comfort zone. Let me tell you, if you're comfortable, you're not growing. I know it's hard to get out of your comfort zone, but if you're comfortable, then you're not growing. And if it's out of your comfort zone, you just do it a lot, until it becomes comfortable, because it's the things that's out of our comfort zones that stretches us. And it's that fear that stops us. And we get stuck, because fear will tell you can't, you're not. Remember those limiting beliefs. Remember the B of ABCs is having self-belief. You've got to believe you can. And it may be uncomfortable. It's going to be a lot of times uncomfortable, but being uncomfortable doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. So a big part of self-improvement is doing things that take you out of your comfort zone. Okay? All right. So there's a lot of things that you can do to self-improve. Again, I have a plethora of them. I don't want to be very long on here. I'm already over 30 minutes. Again, I always say, if you need some individual time with me, please go to www.drcontespeaks and schedule some time. You can always contact my executive assistant, Cassandra Mouton. She's Cassandra Mouton on Facebook, and or you can call the office 713-588-4418 and ask for Cassandra Mouton, and make sure that hi Janet. Loving all of this on self-improvement. Great. And so, and schedule some time with me. Just want to give you some nuggets. Again, these are the ABCs of self-success, the Kantiology Queen Up Mindset, helping you to be your best self. So these skills every Sunday are skills to help you master success by what? Mastering self. Mastering self. Let me give you a few announcements that I want to say really quickly. Everybody know, again, that I am the founder of Fresh Spirit Wellness for Women, where we have a domestic violence agency. We are starting our Purple Avengers campaign. Purple Avengers campaign. Everybody on here, I need you to be a Purple Avenger. You know what that is? That is a hero, a purple hero. That's somebody that's going to help us, help all the clients that we see by only donating $20 a month. That's all you have to do. But we're looking to recruit 2,000 individuals that will donate $20 a month from November 2020, which is right now, starting right now, all the way to November 2021. So share that. If you got sorority sisters, if you have an organization, if you have a church, you can sign up to be a Purple Avenger. You're going to be the heroes that's help the ladies. You can go to www.freshspirit.org. Let me see if I can put that on the screen. Go to www.freshspirit.org. Let's see if I can get that here. All right. I just told you guys, www.freshspirit.org. Like I told you, I don't have. Okay, here we go, right here. All right, there you go. So you can go ahead and register to be a Purple Avenger at the Fresh Spirits website, and please share that information. Only $20, $20. That's not. That's 2 cups of coffee at Starbucks, or eating out one time. So please, we really can use your help. Also, the 12 Months to a Better You book, for those who know, every year, that's my book that went international bestseller. And how that happened, remember earlier I was talking about I had those calls, and I had all those people on the call that were from London. I had a friend that was living in London at the time, and other places. And so I started doing the calls, and then so I wrote the book during the time I was doing the calls, and so people from other countries got a chance to order it off of Amazon, and it made it an Amazon international bestseller. So and I tell people all the time, it's not my first book, Deliverance to a Fresh Spirit. If you can look at this, it's a hard copy. It came in hard copy, it came in soft copy, and it's extremely thick, and it is every page is full of words. Okay. But this book that went international bestseller, that's why I say you never know what's going to happen. Just do it. God's going to do the rest. But my book that went international bestseller, 12 Months to a Better You, and I thought I had one right here. It is a challenge. It's just a challenge for you to be your best self. And each month you have to do one of the things that I'm suggesting, which is a skill that I've been teaching many skills for many years. And so it's just doing one of the challenges. And so once you do them for a month, we know that if you do anything for over 20 some days, it becomes a habit. So I'm having you do one skill each month. And so please go ahead and get your book. You can also get your book at drcontyspeaks.com. Go ahead and get your book, because January is coming and we are getting ready to start doing the book skills again. And the 12 each month, we're going to do one of the challenges. I'm also going to have webinars on the Dr. Conti Speaks page, where you can actually go on if you and look at and pay for one of the webinars on executing that challenge. So, and then we have for men. I know that men aren't the only ones that can be crazy out there. So we got women that can be crazy too. And if you're crazy, I had a guy one time tell me, "You cute, but you crazy." And I didn't want to be cute and crazy. So that's why I did a lot of work. I did the work on me. So I'm helping you do the work on you. But if you're one of those crazy ones, the guy that you're dating with might need this. And that's our men's support group. We started our men's support group. And so we're grateful to have the men that are coming out that are having some problems with women who have been manipulative and abusive and verbally controlling. My family does I'm getting on in just a minute. My family does a family call every Sunday. My sisters and my mom and I we think it's wonderful. They're like, "Where are you?" I'm a little bit over. My time is 7:07. I usually go be off, like I said, in about 30 minutes. I've been on about 39 minutes. But again, please sign up for the men's support group if you have had some women that have been in your life, and you keep getting in bad toxic relationships, and it's not you. If it's them, then you might want, because this is a men's support group for a man that has had a toxic relationship, and they're not the problem. They're not the abuser. They're not the aggressor. So please, if you've been an abusive man, don't pop on here. But if you want that information, let me know and inbox me. I'll definitely give you the information to join the men's support group. We have plenty of Contiology merchandise. We have the hats, we have the cups. I love the cups because you can your Contiology Queen Up cups. You can put whatever you want to put on the back. And it can be much bigger than this. This is just a banner that I put on the back. It has my picture and my signature on it. But get your own cup. You have whatever you want on it. And encourage yourself every day when you're sipping to be your best self and to be your best and queen up and do all that you need to do to be who you want to be. Nobody's stopping you but self. That's why I wanted to do the self-success, ABCs of self-success, because nobody is stopping you but self. And we want to fix that. All right. Also doing a victims advocate training next Saturday. If you haven't signed up, especially if you deal with Tish, I know you do. If you deal with people who are coming in your salon, your shop, if you're a doctor, if you're a mental health professional, licensed professional counselor, social worker, psychiatrist, or if you are a minister, any type of pastoral counselors, please, y'all need to be in this class. It's a victims advocate class because a lot of people don't know what to do with women who are having domestic violence or men, domestic violence issues. And we don't want you to damage somebody worse. I mean, I've had men who were pastors years ago when I was going through it tell me, oh, just pray about it, or God doesn't like divorce, or it'll work out. And we've also had some other horror stories of women who've gotten killed because somebody said, well, you make sure you tell him if he doesn't get right by this date, you're leaving. And on that date, they was killed. We know we don't ever tell an abuser when you're leaving or how you're going to leave. So get those skills. It's really what I call the one-on-one skills of helping those people who deal with domestic violence issues and victims in your office. I get licensed professional counselors, psychiatrists, psychologists sending me clients all of the time because they don't understand the dichotomy of abuse. So let me give you at least the beginner skills of how to help these people. And then if you want to refer them on to me or someone who's a domestic violence expert in counseling, then that would be great. But let me give you what you need, particularly if you are a pastoral counselor, if you are a licensed therapist, social worker, work in a shelter, and you're dealing with individuals, even corporations, because you also need to know what to do in case the abuser shows up to your building, to your office. Some parameters and ramifications you can do to protect not just the victim, the employee, but yourself, the employer, and your other staff. So if you haven't signed up, sign up for that. You can sign up at www.drcontyspeaks.com. www.drcontyspeaks.com. There you go, right there at the bottom, ticking through. Good to talk to everybody. Good to see you. I will be back on time on Sundays. You can catch me right here at 6 o'clock on Sundays. And generally, I'm from 6 to 6:30. I started a little late today. I started about 6:15. I started about 6:30. And it's about 43 minutes, but I'm usually about 30, 35. I wanted to give you a little extra because that's what my BFFF, my best family, friends, and followers told me that you guys needed from me, is to give you just a little bit more on these ABCs. And so I wanted to do that today. All right, guys. Much love to you. I'm Dr. Conti. Make sure you have find your happy place this week and stay, in peace. Make sure you have some peace and some joy and some love in your life. And guess what? You can give that to yourself. This is about self-success. All right, guys, be blessed. I will talk to you later.